It's February 28th, and we're at the Battle of the Imports in Palmdale, California. It is gorgeous weather, approximately 80 degrees out here. For you folks in New York, eat your heart outs. It's happening out here in California, and it's happening here at the Battle of the Imports. Okay, before we get started with the Quick 16, we've got a few exhibition cars. This one here is a 97 Honda Civic, all the way over from June Auto in Japan. What do you think, Mike?
This is a very neat car. One of the things you're going to notice about this vehicle is the transmission gearing. When he takes off from the line here, he's going to stay in first gear for quite some time, and there's a lot of people asking questions about how he's able to do it. I'm not sure myself, but it is a neat aspect about this vehicle.
Well, when he gets ready to take off, let's pay close attention to how much wheel spin he has. He may have a new secret that's going to help some of these cars get into the nines.
This car has run 1024s before in Japan, and he's hoping to show people out here that the car runs that quick.
Okay, take a look at the dot on the front tire. See how much wheel spin. He's got plenty of it still.
But that was first gear that whole way, if you notice.
Yeah.
Compare that to some of the other runs with the Hondas.
Looks like an 11-12. Looks like he shut it way off at the end.
94 miles an hour. Yeah, he's way off the mark.
Okay, coming up next, Stefan Papadakis. We've been watching Stefan for quite a few years. This is the first time out on the track for this new car. These guys have got a ton of work in it. Hasn't got one decal on it yet. He's hoping for the big sponsorship from the sky on this thing, and I think the way this car is going to run, he'll get plenty of action. Well, let's see. Here he's coming up. Well, he's still. Did you notice the difference in the transmissions just then?
He was shifting about halfway before that Callos sign, and
10-16 at 147. He's awful close, and there was a lot of time lost coming off the line on this. This is going to be a 9-second car today for sure. And here's one that we know is going to hook up. The Nissan Skyline from Apex. Now, if you'll notice right now, he's burning the rear wheels, but as soon as he launches this car, as soon as it starts to move, he engages four-wheel drive. Watch real close as he comes off the line. This thing, it just starts to go sideways. He hits the four-wheel drive, and it's like a slingshot. As soon as the smoke clears, we'll be able to see all of this stuff. By the way, while he's getting cleared up, special note, this is the first time we've gone to a 16-car field in the Quick 16, what used to be the Quick 8. Okay, now let's get back and watch this real close now.
Now, not just the car, but there's really a story behind the driver of the vehicle. His nickname is Tarzan, and he really is the king of the jungles when it comes to racing these Skylines in Japan. This is an incredible car. It makes over 1,000 horsepower from 2.7 liters, twin turbo. It's just a monster.
And what RPM does he make that at?
About 11,000 RPM.
This thing sounds like a Singer sewing machine going down the line. Okay, now watch real close. He's going to start to fry the backs. Then he's going to hit the front wheel drive. You see it? He should be in the low nines. 932 at 151, first run out on this car. This car will see the H today.
Definitely. Okay, well, from this 9-second run, let's take a look at a 10-second Honda rolling up here. It's a beautiful car. It graced the cover of Turbo Magazine. It's the Atomic Performance CRX. It's driven by Dr. Charles Madrid, and the car's owned by Andrew Yang.
Now, didn't Dr. Charles, that's his new company, Atomic Performance?
Correct. Him and Andrew Yang are working over there. This is a 1.6-liter single overhead cam engine. It's the real baby of the whole deal, and the car's run 1049s before.
Well, let's see what he can come up with today. Good launch. And we've got a 1077 at 131.60 miles per hour.
Now here comes Vint Lamb. The car looks a bit different. He's got some different doors and hood on there, trying to save some weight. This car has run in the 1050s, I believe, before. And he's looking to better that mark today. And the reason he's not competing in the Quick 16 is the modifications that he's made to the vehicle disallow it from competition.
Are all the new rule books out for the different classes?
Yeah, you can visit on the website for Battle of the Imports. They posted all the new rules and all the new weight breaks. For next year, in addition to what type of car it is, it's what type of engine will dictate your weight.
Okay. That's www.battleoftheimports.com.
Correct.
And here comes Ray Lochhead. He just changed to the new body style. I don't know whether it's a...
it's a brand new car.
Yeah, 98 model. And if you get close, I don't know if you can hear it, but boy, if we had smell-o-vision, you'd smell that he is running methanol.
It really is a beautiful car, and he's built this car to go out in the outlaw class. It's not running here at Battle, but at some of the other events, there's an outlaw class. And he's looking to take out Adam and some of the big boys.
Well, he's going to have to get into the 9s if he wants to compete with Adam when Adam's running the G-Force transmission. And he's in the 9s. A lot of new technology coming up, and why don't we take a quick break and go over and see what the SEMA Auto Salon's got for us. Before we get started with the Quick 16, I'd like to thank some of our sponsors. We'd like to thank Turbonetics, Greddy, Nitrous Oxide Systems, Motul Oil, and of course ourselves, Turbo Magazine, who've helped bring this in. And for this event, I'd also like to thank Race Director Frank Choi, who kicked in the additional money to help pay off a full 16-car package. It's $5,050.
Here we go with Quick 16 racing action. That's Wong in the 94 Toyota Supra. He's going to be heating the hides up here. Nice looking vehicle. He's getting the go-ahead sign there.
Yeah, I'm actually happy to see some rear-wheel drive cars getting back into this thing. These lightweight Hondas have been just dominating it, with the exception of Adam, of course.
Well, Brian Bridges does have a phenomenal CRX here. It's a tough call.
Watch him get off the line here. Rear-wheel drive traction works.
Yeah, problems for the CRX.
And Supra takes it with a 1201, 105.94 miles an hour.
Okay, and coming up here, that's Tony Fuchs in the 91 Acura Integra. He's doing one of those big third-gear burnouts here. And he's up against Chris Hansen now. That Civic may look familiar. That's the one that Dr. Charles used to drive for Pit Crew.
Well, it's a good car. The only thing is, Tony's been a consistent performer for quite a few years out here. My money's got to go with Tony.
Now, both of these cars have run 1050s before. It's going to be an incredible matchup here.
And Tony's been doing the job off the
They're
line.
staged. Oh, there he goes.
And Tony did it again. He got him off the line. Let's see if he can hold it. If he can hold it.
He's charging hard.
He makes it. Okay. He wins with an 11-13 against a 10-90.
Quick reaction time there.
He had the reaction time, and that's what I was betting on. Okay, here we've got Jojo Callos. In fact, didn't you did an interview with Jojo prior to this?
Let's catch up with him and see what he has to say before racing Ed Bergenholtz. We're standing here with the number 9 qualifier, Jojo Callos. Now, number 9 qualifier, the bad thing about that is you're racing the number 1 qualifier in the first round. Anything you got up your sleeve against Ed Bergenholtz?
Basically, I'm just going to run full boost, go all out. I know his car's running really good right now, real consistent. I've ran 1040s before. I hope I can do it again today. Just hope I don't break any axles today.
Now, do you have any plans for the car? Are you going to be racing it later on this year?
Oh, of course, definitely, all year. You know, what I want to do is lighten up the car a little bit more and play with the horsepower.
Well, he's going to be needing to play with a lot of horsepower here. He's going to have that boost set on kill, and we'll see if it's enough to take out Ed Bergenholtz.
I don't think it'll happen. Ed's getting too close. I think Ed's going to be one of the first full chassis cars in the 9s. He got him off the hole with those wheelie bars.
Here he comes. He's hauling through there.
I know.
A 1039 at 138.94. 1039.
You got an interview with Ed, too, didn't you?
But what you just witnessed there was a new record run for a Quick 8 Honda, a 1039. How did it feel?
It's overwhelming. Oh my gosh, the team and the whole team, we just painstaking work day and night. It's all paying off right now. And this is not just good for us. This is good for the whole industry because it shows what these little cars can do.
Okay, here we've got Lanny Higa all the way over here from Hawaii. He's going to be racing Lochhead. And before they get ready to go, let's cut to an interview with Lanny just to see what he's got running today.
Well, it's just a street-driven Civic, daily driven. I built it for the Hawaii fastest street car shootout.
So what kind of engine are you running?
GSR at 1.8.
And the engine's built?
Yeah, with crawl rods, J pistons.
Well, here we go. Lochhead looks like he has some problems here. I guess he won't be coming up to the line. Looks like Lanny's going to get a bye run. Now, the neat thing about Lanny's car, that's one of my favorite Hondas, Kipp. The car is a 10-second daily driven car. It's amazing.
There's not a whole lot of those running around out there. Let's see if he puts it full throttle and gives us an exciting run at least. He's got the free run, and he's taking it pretty easy on it.
Yeah, definitely. Now, one of the things you'll notice, Kipp, is this car is the only one running with full exhaust there.
Out the back, all the way?
Out the back, all the way. An 1152 bogging it off the line. It's a powerful car.
Okay, here's a familiar car out here, Jose Vidal's Mazda RX-3. Sounds just a little quieter than it used to. Can you help us out there, Mike?
Well, it sounds a little quieter unless you're talking about the whistle there from the turbo. And, well, he's up against Coleman here, and Coleman's going to try to give him a run for the money.
Well, Jose with a turbo could be a real hard force to catch up with.
Definitely. He needs some dial-in time. It's really the first time the car's coming out with the new setup. He's got some new sponsors on the vehicle, Apex along with XS Engineering. Car's making some tremendous horsepower. He just needs to get it to the ground.
And he's always good for the wheel stand. That's one thing you just won't see on a Honda. And it looks like he's got a nice, easy win.
Oh, it's close, though. 1152 at 125.28 miles per hour.
Not bad for a first time out on a new setup. Okay, here we go. Lisa Kubo, one of the girls that's qualified. In fact, I think she's the only girl that qualified for the Quick 16.
And she's up against Jeff Tirado. And that's one fast Civic coupe on that far lane.
Well, I can remember when that car was one of the very first 11-second Hondas. So let's see how Lisa does behind the wheel. She does good off the line. She's got it.
Oh, definitely.
There's no question about it. Lisa's got the win, breezes through. Let's go down at the pits. Wait a minute, 1087 at 132. Let's go down in the pits. I think you got an interview with her, don't you?
Well, first off, let me say congratulations. That was a 1078. Did I see that right?
Correct. 1087.
Oh, 1087. I'm a little bit dyslexic. That's okay.
That's all right. I'm a little nervous.
Not too bad, though. First woman in the 10s at battle.
Correct.
Now, is that also your quickest time?
Correct. That's my quickest. I did a practice run in Carlsbad. It was 10.9. And this was my quickest run, 10.8. Quickest ever. And I just hope to be moving down from there.
Well, that's one happy young lady. Okay, next we've got Chris Rado going up against Leevon Eisele.
These are a couple real neat vehicles, both making some good horsepower out there. That's anyone's call at this point.
Well, I'll just go ahead and take Chris in the near lane and see what happens. Nope, I think I just lost. Leevon pulled him. Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. He's charging like a son of a gun on the top end. Look at that thing charge. Chris wins with an 1130 at 127. Who we got coming up here?
Well, that's Carlos Guerrero, and he's up against Jake Mitra. Now, the neat thing is this is a Quick 8 category just for naturally aspirated vehicles.
Spreewell, I believe, is sponsoring the whole 8-car field.
They are. Now, since it is such a new event, they weren't able to get 8 vehicles for a full field. They essentially ended up with 5 vehicles. The 2 vehicles that'll be running right now. This is to be able to continue into the next round, so this is an important race.
Okay.
Well, it looks like Callos is gonna motor past him here with a 1262 at 105.04 miles per hour.
Now this is a normally aspirated, no turbo, no nitrous, no blowers, just 1262 on the motors. We got to give a little credit to these guys. The noisiest car at the battle, James Metriyakool.
Definitely, definitely. He's got the 85 Mazda RX-7, and he's up against Jeromy Lookofsky. He was the #1 qualifier in the 88 Honda CRX.
That's been a real strong runner ever since I started watching it.
Now, although both these cars are running against each other, this is essentially a double buy run. Both of these cars will be seen in the next round of competition since there was only 5 cars to start with.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter who wins.
No, we're going to see both these guys again. It was the racers themselves deciding to run against each other, give a little entertainment for the crowd and get a little
James ran
practice.
through at an entertaining 1240.
Well, here comes Tony Shagday. That's a Skunkworks Integra. That car's running the 11s before. It's a beautiful car.
That was in, what, 2 or 3 issues ago. I saw that in the magazine.
Definitely, yeah. It's a car that they've built up in Northern California. A lot of technology behind it, making some good power.
Nice launch. Pulling good on the top end. 1247 at 106 miles an hour. Not bad on a normally aspirated car.
Not bad at all.
Okay, here we go. I was snooping around the pits before you were, Mike. This car is going to go in the 8s this time, but why don't we take a look at the interview with Toshi Hayama.
You can't have data logging without donuts. We're standing here in Command Central for the Apex Skyline GTO. We're back again with Toshi Hayama. Toshi, tell us a little bit about some of the information you get about the vehicle on a pass.
Well, this time we have our GT racing team, which is a professional race team, and we brought pretty much all of their equipment down. As you can see, we monitor everything from front and rear differentials, clutch cover temperature, all the standard ones, water temp, oil pressure, all that. Some of the interesting features I guess we have is shock stroke sensors. We can identify exactly which wheel is slipping. We have a $50,000 accelerometer on the car, so we can compare wheel slippage with actually how fast the car is moving according to the ground. Then using the shock stroke, we can adjust exactly the right amount of wheel slippage for the best traction.
Now, the people that came out from Japan, how many team members do you have from Japan here? How many from the United States?
Well, we have our driver, Tarzan Yamada. We have 3 people currently, and the rest is the Apex USA staff.
Are the guys here in the United States learning a lot about what you guys do back in Japan also?
Oh yeah, our schedule, because it's the professional race team, everything is divided into 30-minute intervals. It's like clockwork. When one person is working on the motor and they finish like the spark plugs, the next person knows to get in the car, do a test run, and then the third person might be already, polishing the wheels or, so forth and so on. So it's very professional, and it's hard for us to keep up too,
With that kind of technology backing them up, this car better see an 8-second run on this trip. That is, it's actually one of the fastest, it is the fastest Skyline to hit the U.S. so far, isn't it?
Well, if it can run in the 8s, the HKS cars run 840s before in Englishtown, I believe.
Nice launch. Whoa! 847 at 155 miles an hour?
No, 165 miles an hour, Kipp.
Whoa! Okay, well, all of that technology is paying off. And speaking of technology, here comes the June Auto Civic again.
This is one of my favorite Hondas out there, Kipp. This car, it's doing a lot of things different than the other guys. Today, he hasn't put down the number, but give him a couple more practice runs here out in the Southern California area, and this car's going to lay down some serious numbers.
Well, he did a nice job on the paint and everything on it. The car looks good, sounds good, and it launches pretty good.
Well, I've been invited to take a trip out to Signal Hill where the June facility is here in the United States, and I'm looking forward to that trip.
Will they let you shoot the front suspension on it?
Well, I think they're keeping a couple things secret. We'll see.
That's that long first gear again.
He's all the way past the display signs, shifting into second.
1085, 136 miles an hour. And here comes Ray again. Listen to that thing idle. I was in the pits when they were firing that thing up. It'll make you cry.
Now Ray's running a, I believe he's running a Jericho 4-speed in this vehicle now.
4-speed. Well, actually, for the quarter mile with the gearing he's got, he's probably just topping out right where he needs to be. Okay, let's take a look at watch the rear wheel spin on that. Great traction, great mid-range. He's pulling. 983 at 138 miles an hour. Let's go take a look at another car that's looking to get into the 9-second bracket. Didn't you get a chance to interview Stefan and Sean?
Sure did. Let's go take a look now. We're standing here with Sean Carlson. He's the man responsible for building this vehicle back here. Sean, tell us about the last run.
Friday we ran, which was the best time. Our second pass was a 990 at 147. Since then, we've only been able to run a 1027, a 1026, and then we just ran a 1016 or 1017. We're going to try to let some more air out of the tires, and if we don't run a 9 then we're going to let some more air out of the tires and turn the boost up.
Oh, well, let's just see how much they did turn that boost up. You know, I was watching this car work, and when they launch, watch it. The car really does work good. Sean did a hell of a job on the chassis on this thing.
Well, there he is out there. He's trying to pick the best patch for the traction.
I think this could be the 9-second run. Let's keep our fingers crossed for him. Watch again, when this car launches, the chassis really, really works good. This is going to do it.
He's moving fast enough.
The chute's deployed at a 9.89, 140, what was that? I didn't
149, I'm getting down there. I got to talk to Steph about this one.
Look at him. I mean, the kid's walking on air.
Hey, hold up the slip.
Well, it looks like we got some eyewitnesses here, Steph. Pretty good run?
Yeah, it's a really good run. A little bit less tire pressure, getting used to the car, and things worked out this run real well.
Seems like you were slamming the gears. You weren't waiting for it to go in.
No, I'm getting real used to the car, and we're pulling what we can out of it.
989, not too bad. Well, I think it's going to be some time before we see a 989 here in this naturally aspirated class, the Pro Street 8.
You know, Mike, the way the technology's been going, I'm not even going to say a thing anymore. It just may wind up happening. These guys are really getting to tune these cars good.
Well, this race is for it all to advance into the next round. That's Carlos Guerrero against James Metriyakool.
And my bet's going to have to be with James.
Carlos definitely got the whole shot. I don't know what was going on with James there. And I think he might be able to hold on to a victory.
He held on to it all the way down to a 12.69. And I think James should have had a cup of coffee right before that race.
Definitely problems there for James with the reaction time. Now this is a great race. If you're a fan of these all-motor cars, these are two of the top guys going up against each other. Jeromy Lookofsky against Tony Shagday.
I got to go with Tony on this one.
I think you're just a fan of those Integra body styles.
I think I'm another loser.
I'm not sure.
Wait a minute, he's pulling hard. He is really pulling hard on the top end. He got him.
He got him, Kipp, and that was some footage there, but I heard you got a new camera. Did you get any footage with it yet?
Actually, it's a new Sony digital, and it seems to have an automatic hooter lock on it. Every time I go to aim it at a car, it just winds up, well, you'll see. Do that one more time. Show us your hooters. It's my job. I got to do it, you know? Now show us your hooters, please. It's my job. I got to do it. Show us your hooters. Now one more time. Show us your hooters. Now show us your hooters, please. Show us your hooters. Do that one more time. Now show us your hooters, please. Show us your hooters. Now show us your hooters, please. Show us your hooters. Hold on a second, I gotta get the... Now I got the hooters. Now show us your hooters, please. Now I got the hooters. Okay, we're going into the quarterfinals of the Quick 16. We've got Tony Fuchs in the near lane. We've got Chris Rado on the outside lane. And let's just watch him race. I don't know if... Chris has been doing good, but I don't know if he's up to Tony's specs yet.
Well, we got a new school Integra against an old school Integra. I think I like the experience factor on Tony's side. He's had that car so long. He knows just about anything it can do.
Yeah, another thing, too. So he's got his tires marked. Let's just watch the traction on that car. Pretty decent traction. Chris got him a little out of the hole. Tony's pulling big on the top end. Real big on the top end. 1135 at 128.68. Let's go down and check out and see what Tony's got to say about that.
It's been running real good. We had a real traction problem that time. The car was really bouncing a lot, but once we hit third gear, we just launched on by about 5-6 cars.
So you ready for the next round?
We're ready for it, but whether or not we're going to win, I don't know. Lisa Kuba's pretty strong there, so it looks like I'm paired up with her next. So it's going to be embarrassing if I lose, but if not, you know, she's been working hard. So if she does, good luck to her.
Okay, we're going into the next round now. Said Bergenholtz, how come he's getting a bye run?
Well, Kipp, as you'd mentioned, the Quick 16 is a new format here for Battle of the Imports. The tech guys for Battle didn't know exactly how many people that they needed to get a full field here, and they ended up only with 14 after using all the reserves. There wasn't enough reserves pulled, basically. So
Looks
it's
like he's just cruising down, taking up some track there.
He's heating
nice leisurely drive.
Definitely checking out the suspension.
We got to get a close-up on those wheelie bars to see if they've ever seen the ground.
No, actually they have. They have to change the wheels, I think, every pass. And that was the slowest run for a Honda here at Battle today, a 30-second run.
Okay. Here we go. We've got...
That's Lanny Higa, Kipp. That's the Civic all the way from Hawaii. And unfortunately, he pulled up against Jose Vidal, which is one guy I wouldn't want to draw against.
Yeah. Jose's going to be lifting those front wheels again. Let's watch real close. He's famous for that. And he also gets out of the hole pretty good.
Definitely gets out of the hole good. Lanny caught sleeping at the lights.
Jose's got an easy win here. He's pulling away at the top end. 1089 at 128.73 miles an hour. Why don't we get down and see what Jose's got to say about that?
Looks like you had a good hole shot on him.
Yeah, I had a pretty good hole shot on him.
Now, 1085, is that one of the quicker times?
Yeah, that's the quickest so far this weekend.
So you're going to crank it up a little bit more before the next round?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, good luck.
Okay, here we go. We've got the quickest female in the Quick 16, Lisa Kubo, going up against Brian Bridges. Let's go down and say hi to Brian in the pits before we get started on this.
This is my first race, first time the car's been out, and so I'm happy I'm here, and I'm glad the car's doing well.
Now, with the Quick 16, which is what we're running now, we got an extra round of competition. Is that going to be something that's going to be difficult for your car and some of the other competitors, going an extra round?
I believe so. I mean, when you have high horsepower like this, you have more chance of braking and, you know, so on and so forth. So I think these high horsepower cars have, you know, a little less advantage than some of these more less horsepower cars in high 11s and such.
Well, let's just see how Brian does against Lisa. She's turned out to be a pretty good little campaigner here, and she got him right out of the hole, pulling all the way through the mid-range. smoked him on the top end with an 11:08, excuse me, 132.59 miles an hour. Neat cars there at the SEMA show. In fact, one of them's right here on the track right now, Ed Bergenholtz, the #1 qualifier. We're going into the semifinals. He's going to be racing Jose Vidal. Jose's been doing real good out of the hole, pulling his wheel stands. I just don't know if he can make it up against Ed's 10-second times.
Yeah, 10:30, 10:39, I believe, was the earlier run today. It's going to be a tough task for Jose.
Jose got him good. Can he hold on?
Oh, look at that on the go.
Pulling and pulling. That was a good race. Let's 10:63 at 138.97 miles an hour. That was a race.
That was definitely a race, and this looks like it's going to be a race. That's the #3 qualifier, Tony Fuchs, 91 Acura Integra, and guess who he's up against?
It's Lisa.
That's right, Lisa Kubo in the 92 Honda Civic.
You know, they're pretty good friends. This is going to be, whoever wins, they're both going to like it.
Well, Tony's going to get.
Did you see her shoot him out of the hole? Lisa has got him. Tony will never live this down.
1083 at 133.52 miles an hour.
Tony will probably buy all the videos he can get just to destroy them.
Definitely. Now here's the truck class. These are bracket racers racing trucks out here. Frank's had this class for some time. And we've got these two competitors coming up. That's Jeff Marquez against Richie Lago Bautista. I believe that's one of the TRD supercharger packages on that Tacoma.
Well, let's see how it does. Pulling pretty good. Looks like he is going to catch him, and he did catch him.
He pulls through with the 1582 at 83 miles an hour.
Not bad. Okay, we've got bracket D here. Mike Sakai against Sherman Hummel.
Both of these cars, good-looking vehicles. Probably don't have too much done in the shape of performance. Probably pretty much mildly modified.
Well, this is the mainstream of the import racing market still. There's just not that many Tony Fuchs out there.
Everybody wants to be one, but they start with a package like this, get the car looking good, and, you know, run a 17-second
Good
time.
race, and Mike won it with a 17.34. Okay, bracket C should start heating up a little bit. We've got Tirado versus Todd Matsubara. Is that a two-wheel or an all-wheel drive Eclipse?
That's a two-wheel drive Eclipse, and it's a little Honda versus Mitsubishi rivalry here in bracket 3. Let's see who'll win this one.
Pretty close at the end. Tirado picks it up with a 16.46. Okay, now we're moving into bracket B. We've got James Hohenberg going up against Sarah Van Rokel.
Now, most of these cars here have some minor engine mods to them, maybe a small shot of nitrous on there or a street turbocharged supercharger package. And they're running in the 14-second range.
James comes through with a 1492, 87.08 mile per hour. And now we're advancing to bracket A. Here we've got Joey O'Neill versus Monty Donovan. Joey looks like he's into just a little heavier modification. So he's got the headlight out for the air, the ram air.
And it looks like those modifications might take him to the win here.
Hard pull on the top end. 1339 and 95.44 miles an hour. Joey takes the bracket. Okay, now we're getting into the Normally aspirated quick 8 finals. We've got Carlos Guerrero up against Tony Shagday.
Now these cars have been running in the 12.6 second range all day today. Somebody's going to have to step it up a little bit more than that to take a victory here today.
So one thing I am seeing is a little more consistency on these cars than the higher horsepower cars, but they're not having the tuning problems either.
They don't have the tuning problems, and also because they're making a lot less power, sometimes only 1/3 the power of some of the turbo cars, they're able to put it to the ground, and traction's a lot more consistent.
Tony launches out. It looks like he's going to keep it all the way down. 1250 at 106.03 miles an hour. The winner is Tony Shagday.
Okay, well, here we go. It's what we've been waiting for, the Quick 16 finals. Ed Bergenholtz is up against Lisa Kubo.
This is the race, and if you'll notice, the stands are all standing.
It's standing room only, and Lisa Kubo brings it back here to do her dry hop. She's ready, willing, and able to be the first female to ever win a Quick 8 or Quick 16.
Well, let's wish her good luck, because she's going to need it going up against Bergenholtz.
There
she got
goes.
him out of the hole. She can drive. But Bergenholtz has the power, and he's pulling her on the top end. 10:38 at 138.39 miles an hour. That's what it takes to win the Quick 16.
Man, I can't believe it.
Well, you're getting quicker every run there. That was a 1080 after running, what, a 1089 or 1087 the pass before?
10, and then 1085. I can't remember. I'm so worked up and excited. I can't even remember what I'm running. I know 310s today. Really excited about that. Oh my God, today somebody was on my side watching over what I was doing.
Weekend, dude. Good job.
Not a bad way to end it. What was it, a 1036 on that pass?
1036 at 138, guys? Yeah. Okay, 1036 at 138. It's been a phenomenal weekend. Like I said, and I keep saying before, we worked as a team, and it's all paying off right now. We showed the professionalism, the structure, and this is just a fantastic weekend. And when we set the record for the world's fastest production Honda Honda CRX, and or Honda, just production based.
Fastest Quick 8 Honda.
Yeah. So now, I guess we just got to keep our edge, and we'll just celebrate this moment for now.
Again, this is Kipp Kington for Mike Ferrara and the crew of Turbo Magazine. Another exciting race goes into the history books.